share a little something with you, a little encouragement. I want to talk to you about Father God. I don't know what kind of father you have had. I don't know if your father was always there for you, if your father was loving and affectionate, encouraging, if your father always had his arms open to you in love. Was your father, did you always feel welcome to just run to him, run up in his arms? Maybe when he came home from work, did you feel free enough to run up to him and just throw your arms around him? So happy to see him when he's home from work. Did you know that it was always safe to just sit up on his lap and just tell him about your day, or tell him about all your troubles? You can just hug his neck freely and just maybe sit and watch TV with him. Just enjoy your father. Did you ever feel free enough that, maybe if you were bad, he made a mistake, or you got in trouble, were you filled with fear that your dad was gonna beat your butt, or worse, that he would punish you because he was mad that you did something wrong? Or were you secure in his love that, it wasn't gonna be fun, but your dad had your best interests at heart, that he would discipline you out of love for your own, for your own sake, to know not to make the same mistake again because it's not good for you or good for others? Or maybe your dad wasn't affectionate. Maybe your father, I kind of switched over to dad, whatever. Maybe your father was very distant. Maybe your dad abandoned your family. Or your dad didn't listen to anything you had to say, or at least that's how you felt. You weren't listened to. You were put down. Your feelings were not listened to or considered. I don't know. Maybe a little bit's true for everybody. Maybe you had a dad that was just doing the best he could. You had a father. Maybe you had a father that he wasn't shown unconditional love or affection when he was younger. So it wasn't exactly natural for him to show it. I think you get my drift. Anyway, I just want to encourage you that whether your earthly father was horrible to you, or just doing the best he could, he loves you, he did the best he could, but there was still some things missing. But I want to tell you that you do have a Father, Father God, that is the perfect Father. He's waiting for you anytime, whether you have a relationship with him or not. He's waiting for you with open arms, just waiting to fellowship with you, waiting to hear from you, because he loves you so much. He's not waiting for you with a hammer. I don't care what you have done. I don't care if you're the world's worst criminal. No, God doesn't like horrible things that happen. He doesn't like the things that are done. But he loves the person. That's why he sent his son Jesus to die for them, so he could have fellowship with them. So, they could be restored back to him. Anyway, we have the perfect Father. He's waiting for you with open arms. No fear. No fear that he's going to bash you with the hammer or tell you how horrible you are. There's no shame. Father has no shame toward you. He sees you as his child. Maybe you're a lost child, maybe you're not a believer, but you're a child because he created you. And he made you to belong to him. But I just want you to know that you are unconditionally loved by Father God. And if you're not walking with him, if you're not fellowshipping with him, I just want you to know that he is just simply calling you home, like the prodigal son. A son that, took, got his inheritance from his father and ran off and spent it all and wasted it on meaningless things, got himself into a really bad place, and then came back home wanting to just, grovel with the pigs, eat what the pigs were eating, to be a slave. And I'm sure a lot of you know it. His father said, "No, you're my son," and he put a robe around him and a ring. He's saying, "No, you're my son, you're royalty. I love you. Let's have a party. My son came home." That's the same thing the Father wants to do. He wants to celebrate you coming back. Or just, maybe you haven't talked to him in a while. He's saying, "Hey, I miss you. I'm still here. I want to hear from you." There's no shame. And I just wanted to encourage you with that. And I was just singing Good, Good Father on my House Fires CD. And I've heard that song a million times, but it just sounded extra good. And I just blasted it, and I just felt a renewal and just a reminder of the Father's love for me. I used to believe that when I sinned, that Father God was mad at me. That, I should know better. And he's just waiting to just maybe smack me or just, shame me, make me feel bad. And over the past couple years, I've just learned that's not true. He just wants to hear from me. Yes, when I sin and mess up, I need to confess and change my ways, try not to do it again, and just move on. And not forgive myself and not beat myself up for it. And just know that God has so much grace and forgiveness, and that he's for me. He sees me as his daughter. He sees you as his daughters and sons. He just delights in you. He doesn't see the mess you may be in. He doesn't see that. He sees you as his delight. And he just smiles over you. He sings over you and dances over you. He loves you so much. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. And if there's anything I could tell the world, is that God is just waiting to fellowship with you and hear from you. And he loves you so much. So I'm not sharing that because of Father's Day. I just heard the song and I just wanted to share. So